Prologue. Dying is the worst. Unfortunately, that's pretty much how my day started out. And ended, of course. To add insult to injury, I was in the middle of nowhere. The Empty Quarter, it was called. A desert extending for hundreds of miles in Saudi Arabia. I leaned against a rock and dropped my pack, digging out my canteen and taking a quick swig. I checked my watch. 10 a.m. How was it so damn hot at 10 a.m.? Keep moving, Emery, I told myself. I needed to push forward to outrun the guilt, to stay ahead of the accusing eyes and the mocking laughter that pursued me whenever I stopped to think too long. Baked and barren earth, crisscrossed with the occasional swish of sand, stretched out in all directions, broken only by these sandstone formations jutting out like nightmarish, jagged teeth. I had started early to avoid being caught in the harshest heat, but the sun had risen a few hours ago. Gentle warmth had quickly intensified, becoming an ever-present weight pressing against my veiled face and lightweight clothes. Sweat and sunblock dampened my face, and occasionally stung my eyes. I was a literal hot mess. None of this was right, either. I was hunting the Yeti, not a Yeti, the Yeti. It had been causing a bit of commotion in Saudi Arabia lately, leaving 3 locals dead. And when a mythical creature begins to hurt or kill people, I'm called in. You might be wondering what the Yeti was doing in the desert. Its domain should have been in the Himalayas. Icy, cold, snowy. Basically the exact opposite of this desert. So what the hell happened? That's what I was investigating. With a sigh, I hefted my pack over my shoulder and left the dubious shade of the sandstone pillar to wilt beneath the sun in the open expanse of the desert. My limbs felt heavy despite my light attire, as if my sweat were anchoring me to the ground. The breezes here were worse than the dead heat. They blew in like the breath of the dragon, flying up bits of sand that stung my eyes, even with the cloth protecting my face. I raised my hand to shield myself against a sudden billow of sand and grit. The flurry was just as it should be if I were on the Yeti's home turf. Well, that wasn't quite right, since the flurry should be snow, but otherwise it matched perfectly, which meant if I looked down, there it was, perfectly imprinted in the cracked brown earth like it was cut from a cookie mold. A massive footprint. Tipped with claw indentations, it looked like the track of a human-bear hybrid, but bigger. I was close. Just to make sure, I fished my phone out of my pocket and snapped a quick pic. The result confirmed it. The image was distorted, the camera refusing to focus on the footprint. I covered my face as another gust whipped sand up all around me. As expected, when I examined the ground again, the print had all but vanished. Typical signs of the Yeti. Now, the hard part. I secured thick goggles over my eyes and reknotted the cloth snug against my face, enveloping my nose and mouth. I oriented myself in a direction perpendicular to the print and started walking. I tried to pay attention to everything at once. The Yeti would be nearby. The frustrating thing about hunting a predator incarnate outside its territory is the unknown. They're stronger in their territory, of course, but at least they're consistent. Seriously, Yeti in the desert? What was with that? The sand kicked up again, and I plunged forward without hesitation, my heart pounding with anticipation and danger. I lived for this, monsters and the hunt. It kept me from thinking about the dead eyes that haunted my quiet moments. My failure. Maybe next time I'd be young, able to forget. Until then, I'd keep fighting monsters, try to balance the scale with some good deeds. And if I died on the hunt, that was just another way of escaping.